Spectre in some trouble and ends up going down. Old 11 picks up the kill. So only 11 last hits at this point for that Spectre. Flyfly is not having a great time.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a mystery that they're going to be trying to pick up this Phoenix for Ollie too, so it feels like maybe trying to find some sort of a solution in that laning stage here, right? With the way the PYW is playing this for Monkey King, just putting the pressure on, forcing him off from the wave there, and trying to punish one of the weaker parts of the game from a Phoenix.
Well, this is exactly what they were hoping.
You can cross your fingers for the chip vest at this point, hoping for a comeback mechanic. And look at, like, yeah, you want to turn and fight me? I'm level 6.
Yeah, he's got that echo ready. If anybody shows up, they get blown up. Flyfly will get a couple of these CS here. Misses on the catapult, but regardless, not where the Flyfly Spectre wants to be, but these other heroes having an okay time.
Oh, look at this. TPing top lane now from Emo, the turnaround play.
This is big. 11 pulled back in, has that echo still available, wants to drop it. It's there onto 2, but it's not enough. That's a bait.
Every time. Every Earthshaker. You know, you gotta know, you have that feeling when you play Shaker, you're like, I know this won't kill them, but maybe this time, you know? You've tried it like 50 games in a row in that exact same scenario, but early on it just doesn't quite have the oomph.
Well, just like that. They brought a couple heroes down bottom. We're hoping to find a pick there onto the Doom, but he headed back to the jungle, played it safe. Still Vici with a 2K gold lead at 7 minutes. They're having a nice start.
Yeah, the kill did also go to Emo, he said there, so not the biggest help for Flyfly to get a little bit of space on the lane, but Emo looking for some more plays towards that mid lane. There's
Vici getting caught out. But still, the slight gold lead that they're hanging on to. You have to imagine if they get this kill up top, though.
All right, he's got to live, though, right? I mean, they had the obs in the jungle. Did he leave too late?
Oh, no. He was right underneath the observer ward as he tried to head away. The slowdown needs to throw out a fissure on a Kaka, but it might be too late. No.
Barely.
Barely getting out of there. And mid lane, they find a cleanup onto Ollie and also starting to pressure this tower.
All right, so that is the price of that ward, right? Like, that's all because of that ward up near the top outpost, because he saw the rotation coming up top, so Shaker plays tight for a little bit, then starts backing away, so they're still going to try the gank, and then knowing this, VG say, okay, let's attack mid lane, right? Yeah. Obviously, they're rotating up top with the Storm Spear. We can get a great trade here, and what a costly trade, too, losing that mid tower. Flash track 3 points in the Edict, immediately comes to the bottom lane behind JT with the wraparound.
I don't even know if they see it. They know he's here.
Yeah, they don't even know. He was thinking about doing some tree plays at the Edict.
And instead, they're going to back out to their own jungle, get down that good observer ward.
Dude, that ward is just killing them. It's spotting Kaka and Ollie moving through here again to that top lane.
Yeah, all those movements, given some good vision.
And look how PYW is playing mid here too, right? With Emo being so close to Ori, PYW, not only can he be there for defensive boundless strikes, but perhaps you can even get a good aggro initiation.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of initiation.
Under attack.
All 11. A little scared up there.
Yeah, and actually they're going to wrap on him now.
Oh, that's a creep too far, my friend.
Yeah, this ward is very prepared for the kill. Throws out the heck. It's not even. Old 11, do they get the haunt right at the start? Jump through. That's one dead. Finger of death out. DY. Oh, they catch. Three dead. IG just covering all their bases.
So JT tried to blink, sorry, not JT, obviously. 11 tried to blink off to the left, and Kaga, who got the lion this time since IG have it, manages to catch him with the hex right there. Beautiful.
Very fast farmer. And in the meantime, Smoke could just play right up in their base and have for the save.
Oh, they're committed to keeping Fly safe, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hanging out nearby in the trees. just going to allow Firefly to freely take this tower. And I say that, now they're going to smoke. They're coming through under this ward from IG, so perhaps a false sense of security. Takes a long time to push this. JT's going to help out a bit. What is the initiation with this Yules, though?
They spot him right away. Has to jump out. They don't have old 11 here, though. I mean, this is the Blink Dagger Shaker. Kaka, waveform in, turns over, able to get the Earth Spike. That's the Lincoln's reveal. And now old 11 showing up, jumps in, catches them both, and they got the combo coming in from the Sapphire afterwards. Firefly in trouble. Vici, they played it perfect.
Very well done. The time taken to actually finish off that tower really hurting them there. On the side of IG, they just throw everything they had at them. The way they perform that fight too, right? PYW sitting in the trees, giving them the general idea of what's up, and then he almost like baited them to the left. As he starts running away, they're like, oh, can we get a catch on this Monkey King? And suddenly, out of the smoke comes Ori, and that's when the panic set in.
Well, 7-10. Gold lead, and Emo getting closer to that Orchid.
Yeah.
Has the 2 Oblivion Staffs done.
Part of the reason he wasn't down there, right? He's farming that up, trying to get that first big item for himself. And being a Storm, he'd also love this 16-minute room, but they can't find that, unfortunately. Huge for Storms to try and play around that, and it's going to be an invis for Ori.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Orchid coming out. Where do IG want to go? You've still got, obviously, a long time until the Morph Shaker combos are going to start coming out. He is building into the Aghanims right away, though, not opting for a BKB first.
That Invis rune. Ori wants to make a play here, but that's JT. He's pretty tanky. Oh, he went for the instant.
And Cookie afterwards. JT slowed down. JT dead. Good catch for that kill.
Didn't end up mattering.
Yeah. King scouting around that area as well. Cosplaying his career for a moment. But yeah, IG, it feels like they've kind of got a weird timing. Because on the one hand, you've got that Orchid ready, but Aghanim's still
ready in the mid lane. Jump old 11.
That's a one for him. Finger of death out. Should even use hunt for that.
Yeah, just doubling up and making sure there wasn't any like support nearby, or like hoping there obviously was, because maybe then Emo can extend the fight into a second kill. Tower still pretty healthy. The actual tower push very weak right now from IG. With these zeros, that is perhaps one slight issue here. This game is obviously that's what punished them in the bottom lane, and without a catapult, it's pretty tough for them to keep this pressure up. Emo's going to do his best, but Poyo trying to pull the wave, and now PYW with the smoke.
Looks for Kaka there. He nailed the stun! Oh, what a great combo! They back out of there just in time, and Kaka didn't have vision for that stun. Ori dodging back into the trees, and now they're going to find Kaka for a follow-up kill afterwards. Very well played by Vici.
It's tough because you see Emo playing so well. Part of that is because he's taking so many risks, right? And eventually you're going to get caught in the mousetrap. And that time he most certainly did. Very well done, but it's that lack of push that I feel like they're not even respecting their own lack of push. Like still just trying to force that tower and just. I mean, this is why Monkey King has looked so good at the International, just helping to set up a really long-range bounce strikes, combo anything, and a great catch there from Ori in the trees.
And now, the tier 1 tower is taken. This is always the big testing point, right? Like, you can find these kills on Vici, you can turn them into the tier 1 towers, but getting that second tier objectives is a real test of, you know, if the teams can kind of push themselves that next level. And it's not easy. And instead, for the moment, they find the jump on Morph. Yeah. They'll get anything afterwards.
Got the drift off, so huge panic. What was the smoke used here? So, in order to get those 2 towers, what do? We take
oh, blink back. Kaka almost gets him.
Nicely done. But that tends to focus after, right? So you see the vision already being laid down there up here from Vici. D-Walk putting out that lane. This sneaky ward that Vici is quite a bit near that pit as well. It's kind of like hanging on the cliff there. Very well done, looking down the river.
He's so important to be able to scout out those fights before they break out.
And for now, IG just waiting for that haunt. You got the but still 90 seconds away from the haunt, so after that fly has been farming it up here.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That
under attack.
JT probably really wishing he hit the blink dagger or two. Has the BKB, so if it's an aggressive fight from Vici, can maybe just like get him out to the best possible doom target. Also, he gets out on it. More for Pollo. That's beautiful. Very nice. How do you like it?
Keeps on catching that one, and this is you know, a big problem. To be that one initiating on top of them.
The worst part is you don't
Radiant's
have
middle
recourse. Like,
tower
what are you gonna
is
do?
under
Like, the
attack.
timing's just not gonna be there to get through the Lincoln bell.
Yeah,
Dire's top
be like
tower
instant
is
on
under
it or
attack.
preempt it to some extent, which
Yeah.
is incredibly difficult. But in the meantime, Vici continue to hold this area. They've got some pretty solid minus armor and DY heading into the pit. Are they actually going to try and take this now? Doesn't look like it.
Seems like Pollo is not quite as confident. And also wave near their mid tower. Luckily, one fed is raid for free.
It's 500 gold away at this point from getting that active scepter on the Morph, which can open up the game quickly. They do still have some
Radiant are
good
scanning.
control on IG. You know, you've got that ready, you've got Doom still, even though he's still a little ways away from that Blink Dagger on JV.
That scanned from all 11 too, though. He actually just scanned the trees near himself up there, so not a great idea from Vici to what you're actually doing. I'm just wondering, like, surely they're coming for someone, but who is it? Well, the answer is the mid lane. Don't want to go into the Lincoln's Ori.
They have
Fresh EKB and the
Bulls. They smoke, they just not going to catch. Well, but now, you know what, they catch Ori, but even counter initiation, be out. They could have this. Supernova used. Vici, do they want to chase? Well, the 11, he's got Blink Fissure in 7, but it's too far away. And now they have that Ags, but also a Tome coming out. So he's going to also have ET most likely.
Ollie using that egg, probably saving Emo as he gets stunned up in the middle of that there, and no real defensive item help other than the Essence Ring.
And here we go. So this is the combo that it feels possible to deal with.
Yeah.
Get the double fit, full enchant totem, amping up the damage. Yo, and the amount of control and the power spike that you hit on Vici, they got to get something here.
I feel like this is the fastest one I've seen at the event, at least from I've seen quite more Shaker, but to be ready at like 21 minutes like this is terrifying. Especially since Shaker has the BKB, and at least for us, when we were casting all these matches, it's been the 4 Shaker, and you struggle to get even just the Blink Dagger, and that makes this combo not nearly as impactful. Old 11 being on the core Shaker this game, having the Blink, having BKB, this is a frightening scene for IG, and I imagine there's a lot of pressure on JT, but he has that Blink, he has the BKB, so half JT can mitigate here with the Doomed.
It's going to be important that they make that happen, but the tier 2 they're going to have to give up in the top lane, which looks to be claimed here in just a moment. Because that is one thing that you can sometimes do, right? Is we've seen teams go for, like, you know, a hot player like that and then kill the Shaker, and then there's no longer that combo. But in this instance, BKB on it, the Spirit becomes a lot of Shaker a lot harder.
You might see some of the plays that have been trying from VG the last Hawk. They try to put a smoke in the backline for the support, so trying to almost like force onto from Vlava and just be like, all right, well, you know, what's going on here? So they've already thought about a couple of counter plays. Now we have the force stuff done for DY as well. Help it break up any of the team. Also just disengage. Engagements too, I'm sure. They're just gonna be knocking on your towers. We've talked about this here. Oh, that
Catch him. Solo. That was huge. They blow him up there with that big grenade. That's the combo you needed. Give him a tip. That's a huge kill.
Mean, they said Spectre with best earlier, but you're hoping for the Faye grenade here with the Morph and Shaker combo. Shaker absolutely loving that. Get the totem damage on the throw.
And moving on in, trying to hold this high ground. They put their hopes into Poke. And hold the battle. It's going to be the cookie afterwards. Do we have enough? Wait for him through. He have to pop the BKB. Run away.
That was so sick. The Boundless saw the initial cast of the Doom, and then Pollo throws Lincolns on top of Ori, and so he's just like, okay, well, I guess I just can't
I'm out of here now.
At least he didn't waste it, right?
Yeah. But
excellent. Just like, they know the stack. Right? They can see all the spells in the order that IG want to go for, and you're just trying to disrupt that.
This is one of those moments where, you know, you put the game into Pollo's hands and hope that he's going to be able to hang on to it.
Well, there's that. think that Ori also having a really good game too.
Oh my god! Jumped in! Burnt the Lincolns though, it doesn't matter. Double, and now chase down the kid. JT pops turned. Do they have enough though?
Oh, Latin's coming too.
With the Aegis, they just don't go for it. Wait for him, tries to get him. Adaptive strike, not quite going to be on the mark. JT gets away. They gotta wait out that Aegis.
And me, Emo's down here. I'm sure feeling a little nervous sitting here. Doesn't have a team right now. Time to try and use the lack of vision to escape. This is stuff.
That was very close. I mean, again, it feels like right now IG are kind of trying to wait this out. At least until the Aegis come down. They still got a minute and a half. Vici to try and push that tempo that much further. Tier 2 scores down.
Look at them, they're just camping.
They're ready.
Hiding near this post.
Cock.
One shot once.
Fizzer, jumping down. It happened so quick.
Oh, Emo got in here. Is there any real punish though now? This DY with a fork and a cookie. Not enough. Okay, well, unless he's careful with the zips.
He's out. Well played.
This whole map now belonging to Vici. This is a whole new one for them. I mean, really all they can do is just kind of wait for FlyFly to help find that one big fight. Try and set up initiation for Kaka, for JT. See if they can catch this whole like a video, not making it easy.
Going to fall foot flight, almost able to get out of there and whipple. Saved again, Ollie. Went for that dunk, but it wasn't enough.
Once again, proving wild.
They beat it out the Aegis. Expire in 15 seconds. If you're IG, do you kind of have to go now? It's still too dangerous to fight in a War Faker.
You smack out and go, and you try to find a fight with Haunt for the potential for the rush, right? Because you want to have the Haunt back up when the Aegis could occur. So push out your waves, find the smoke play. There's not the vision right now, like really from VG, but there's a good chance with this smoke. Well, they also don't really see that. So, not entirely sure where VG gaming.
That shows for a second with balance mid lane. IG looking to hold their own high ground at the moment. The other thing here is just like the XP is just stagger way into the cheat. The outpost can take higher swinging into their favor. The back shaker combo.
They have hit a big item now though. They do have BKB for Emo. They've done that for a while. The S string has lost ability. Can try and just play like maybe try and find the additional open. That can get that finishing damage.
Smoke up.
They're looking to find him first.
Ori shows with the lens on and she look ready. Jump in. Kaka breaks it. Oh, that's just gonna be a stuff. Wait, Emo will see the fear for the kill. Gets 5 and he can hit time. Wait a minute, what? They disaggregated. The back. A huge win. IG.
JT and Kaka are just so quick on that. I feel like we see this all the time, but placing that ward down and just jumping in the manager into the Sun Disable into the Doom there too, just absolutely no chance. Talk about to find the non-shifting Morphling, which is like a massive bonus. He's got a lot of tools here, but not at this spell. And Orchid kill from Emo.
In the meantime, 11 trying to contribution. We'll go for the deep out, double in to escape. Shadow step.
Shadow frightening amount of damage though. The man to be from Fly.
Double.
I would say impressive. Fly's game has gone. Like, think about where you've seen Fly in this match. It's basically like the safest possible farm. Nice little pick there. Emo utilizing that DD rune to keep him in the game here. But I mean, lowest scoring for sure, but I didn't recognize the talent is to not drop it further by just getting picked off feeding. But ready that for that haunt is so crucial to have on find these engagements and eliminate this full threat of the more.
you saw in that last one, what important is still to get the BKB on.
Radiant's
The
bottom
fact that
tower
Puyo
is
could
under
just
attack.
get those 2 disables, the fact that it's all on him, like you need the BKB to make sure you get and make sure you're constantly keeping top of them. So a little ways away, that probably won't go for another fight until Aegis, or rather another high push until Aegis.
Hold 11 drop. He's sort of like stalking on play here, but it's like not sure if they want to commit to that.
But just going to keep that pressure on as that Aghanim for the loaded X. So the gold lid, as it has felt throughout this series, consistently into Vici's favor, but IG are the ones that were winning that last big fight. Emo, the one that's setting the tempo.
Oh, the very tension-filled couple of minutes. Really,
putting easy. Emo, he's a player.
You know, like, actually pinging like, oh, a ward up here, but I don't even see a ward. I'm not sure if it was just a like, you know, no, do this to play.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Just standing inside the heads a little bit right now. Away from Roche. Going in to check. And in the meantime, it feels like really out. You know, they get the big item time combo very early on. Took down some tier 2 wars, but these last couple of fights, they started a little bit scary here.
But it's pretty empty. Don't have the Morph and the Shifter together, so Morph also doesn't want to be like on the other side of the map right now, farming this BKE. Everyone, it's like a giant gravitational pull towards the road pit at the moment. Particularly TI feels, you know, no one wants to make that mistake, miss that crucial achievement. So farm speed is going to slow. They have to give anything available to Puyo here to try and get that BKB before that starts. They're going to be very fortunate to sell enough in the way, because this BKB can be the massive difference here, especially if they go for the boom onto the left end.
They're also getting towards these big items that can make a big difference. Shiva's pretty off Doom, as well as Scotty being worked on for Flatfly to help mitigate that region of the 2 forms. So it's going to start to become more likely that Puyo doesn't have to be capable. More of the items get picked up.
Oh, IG wants more the vision game by having that Gen on Kaka. Clear up and just sure. Right now, we know there's no warrior, obviously, in that side. This is giving them the confidence, too.
Smoke.
Especially if it's drop down here, they want that background play.
Fly, they got vision. They want to go on him, though. Spectre is so difficult. 11 revealed for a moment. Fly sees him. 80 the fight. It's the bait. Enough to escape. Force that. Keep him above the but dead. Flop goes down. And now looking for more up on the ground. Kaka. That he is good. Tries to the silence is out there. The chase down now. 11, nowhere left to go. Unreal.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Vici knew it. That thing, you know, it's just going left and right, just swinging and dangling there with the shot. You know, the constantly thought they could get enough kills, they would be worth it. All in on the BKB.
Now, no buyback, 60 seconds. I mean, see if this is enough to stop IG for the Roche, but with Roche up now and no Morphling, that's like almost all of the team
Radiant's
fight.
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, part of the problem, so they use the egg, they use the Doom, so there's a lot of incentive for I to fight either. We all just how like Morphling is. I'm surprised they're not gonna like push something. Feels like maybe it looks like token kills. That seems to be the plan here. The scan hits. They know there are heroes.
Emo, there's a reason. You can also open the jump. The left control in trouble. Going to die. That's buyback 80 seconds away. Ori hoping to get a little help there on his EY who's chased down by the combo. Emo low off mana. And now the target with the stun. Emo, he doesn't have that much time. Maybe out. Well, left that one chase this one down. What else do they have left to take? Moves back up in 2 seconds. Emo went in so and it's running for it. One, down, and look at Chase is there, Morph is there for the finish, and now they're forced out. He's below by. Topka's coming back, but can it time? They're actually just gonna stick around for this one, just to walk out.
Oh, the Solar Crest too, getting the damage on really fast here. Thanks to
He's gonna run in the left, trying to play a little bit, so that's enough. He just, still in perfect form. Reads back again, and not a one there. Old 11 body bubble.
yeah, very dangerous right there.
First to the 8!
You blew it!
Over upper point. Oh, Firefly walks away and in through it. Vici decided to go back into this. To get that in, be punished now as JT walks in, stop afterwards, switching the ropes. This is a storm to go. Aegis gonna reclaim, and do they have a second round of it? That Lincoln's still on cooldown. The Doom off, the chase down is there, and Polio to fall. 3 dead for Vici IG. They waited it out.
Just ask a hero there without the shit. Excellent idea from IG. It's very scary, obviously, fighting to anyone who has the Aegis, but or Shaker, no Shaker, you know, you're not the same as a normal morph. You're not going to have the tools available to you. You've invested so much in utilizing this combo. A very big punish here from IG. Bold to go for it. It sort of had that happen through a lot too, because the place really deep board as well up on that. Right. After the and they lost Emo.
But again, the decision to go back in for that quick pickoff, like it just like too greedy that they eventually run down Polio.
And then he's having everything ready after the Aegis there too.
Right. Just nothing left in the tank, and that Lincoln's coming back off cooldown. You can see JT feeling himself. And Vici.
Well, time for them to regroup here. Man, Morph Shake, still terrifying.
Invisibility.
And they still have the shark sitting at the fountain right now, so that will be on the Morphling once the spawn is there.
Hey,
No
Emo
whining now.
tried to look for more afterwards, but there was nothing else doing.
That ward from so long ago paying off big time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's gonna keep them dead too, right? Like that's a massive loss for Vici. It's another 70 seconds, and IG, no, that wasn't enough again from the Shaker. So they can go for 2 so that means that Vici, they gotta improvise. They can find some sort of a solution to this Morphling without the Shaker. I don't think they want to just get these for free here. I mean, especially with the Doom's not up.
It's just difficult. Also, just picked up something else. A rarely item on Spectre, the BKB. Everybody else is buying nowadays, so why not? But you see, it's speaking to a problem Vici's without that Shaker there. Morphling really doesn't have that much damage.
I'm not gonna rush anything here though. Alright, relax it back. Hang out in the keep controlling these rooms. Even ready for the next one there too. Also eyeing up south, so you know these BPs and gonna be looking to catch and punish, particularly onto Orb as well as 11.
Or decide to take the shard instead. So they're gonna have the split earth.
After all that, I like that considering the state, right? That is definitely a very defensive shard. Well, try and come on the ground. Perhaps a worrying sign for how you're feeling about this game.
And look at the vision that you have right now from IG. Like those 3 observer scouting all of the movements that Vici might want to take.
So they have smoked and they're following Orb. Trying not to let their presence be known here, but you know the bait of the sister was successful. Very much this will be in whoopsie.
Oh,
just a simple shadow step, yeah. Maybe that's the biggest bait. I'll just pop my give the shadow step.
yeah.
I mean, that's scary about it, right? It's just like any vision. You know,
Right.
you don't know what's coming in. He doesn't want to just get like, you know, a storm or something. So he's sort of panic BKB.
Or doomed or any of those things. Like if he can get pulse off and then BKB, that's maybe gonna be enough damage held out by him to make it worth it. But 40 seconds, And in that team, IG don't have Aegis themselves, but can
Radiant's middle tower
go out on
is
this
under
map. Around their high ground vision.
JT just to make sure he doesn't make a misstep here again. I would be scared if I was him, trying to ensure that I'm not gonna hamper my work with another agent.
Oh, you.
Oh yeah, so jeez.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Can't get into my head.
Less.
JT as well.
Yeah.
You know, on this
Very
dude, nailed it. Like the 6th time I've done this game. Fine. Telescope.
Okay.
All right. And that's not really great this game for Anchor, particularly. It's pretty nice snap actually. Give me some neutrals here. We gotta saving neutralize this game.
Scanning.
IG group there.
Okay, we're a little busy with the game. Okay, I gotcha. That's cool.
That's that ninja here. That's big.
Oh, that's actually so frustrating to play against.
See that IG like 5 has no interest in doing anything but haunting and fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of the same mentality that you've done 11. As it just like, I need to.
He came out or he did. Just like that, it happens. And it's just happening. Down to this. Real. He went up to get. The team not even getting after indeed. IG 3, 4. IG are just too good.
We talk a lot about the ease of execution in Dota. You can see it that how easy these fights look for IG because of that on. And the confidence that Emo has in the team to back him up.
That was like, Emo saw him walk back into the trees and it's like, there are so many people that didn't just wait for a fight and started it. No fear from Emo.
Yeah, and then Kaka too gets a little juke back and wrap around switch. Beat them over, got the tomb out.
Radiant structures.
Now onto the high ground they go. IG. Masterful game plan here. And Vici, you know, again, they felt like they kind of had this lead. It was building. Oh, well, they wait for their moment. They're trapped.
Unbelievable performance so far, and with 40 seconds left, before the heroes start showing back, like they got the until Shaker. IG might just be able to go for all. They turn the sights now onto these tier 4 towers, try and close this one out and secure themselves further. It's TI10 knocking out Vici game. They do it though. Last couple of seconds to go through. They do have a ton of power pushing themselves. So a little way with 11 and a bomb back. They have gone around too far here. BKB out. And just like that, they're going to TP away. The game continues as IG respecting that danger coming from their opponents.
Yeah, I mean, they're up on the other lanes anyway, so like, push and pressure, maybe you can force out a 10-second buyback on the Morphling and just really end this one. But at least get the Shaker, so left under one more. Gonna move out of the base, they've gone for the smoke.
Trying to find somebody. You have to imagine this, this on ID. Oh, it's so scary. So much control. That's one. Cock breaks the kids. Now looking for more. Jump for tries to catch for the kill on it. Cock switch back into the other form. Sapphire ultimate. Now does he on to the left? Tries to kill. Warms up. KB, but not enough to keep him alive. He put him in the bot that jumps back in. He catches him again. The Doom is out. And then try and stop this story. Runs into the left. He just doesn't happen. Actually, when Blackfly walking back in, might be able to just good you will stop to lift up. This Doom forever. They gotta skip him as they chase down already dead again. IG, bring him on home.
I gotta talk about something wonderful from every single player on IG this game, but to me, it also just comes down to like Fly. And the way that he's enabling the team in these fights, always playing perfect haunt and the shadow steps. He's not getting greedy. You know how hard this core player? Remember how long this guy was just like the absolute forced core in the entire game, just understanding how crucial he is to them getting back into this 12 division.
And TI10 will get caught. You can fly there. They clean up. So many plays going for that arcane and gets punished. Unbelievable play by IG here. Come back from leaving in just the pit in game number 1 and managed to win it still. And now in game number 2, coming back again.
I mean,
It's so good.
it's such a huge lead right now. There's no buyback on this morning. Everything's on the table for this next fight. They're gonna go through one of these tier 2s, have them all done. They're gonna come to your base. That could be the end. Like Vici, you're sitting there right now in that booth. You're just thinking like, this fight. That's the end of our TI run.
Might just happen if not careful. JT fought them both there. Wait for me. So he's been the love duo for him as they try and chase. All the control in the world. No more plays left. For now on, TI10 will fall. Oh, 11 comes back in the picture. Cores are all damage is gone. Emo will eventually die there as the buyback comes immediately afterwards. And IG with 100 seconds left. Roche is gonna spawn again in a second. Wow, they're still gonna play it that safe.
They really respect Earth, I guess. It's like, guys, we have 100 seconds. We can go Roche shortly and come back to the base.
Blue spawn right there. You know, they want to get another shot. They got to practice the age pickup.
You know, he's actually got enough dooms that he can doom all the remaining heroes on Vici.
That's right.
I say we give him the triple, guys. I think IG can do it.
See if they can make it up.
I love how they're still getting it. Like,
they're not wanting to give this
Top
stuff.
tower is under
Agents to the hands of Emo and the upper refresh to him. They need to go with that arcane blink as well.
so serious right now from IG.
Told you a storm was coming.
Number 1, you can't afford to throw anything away here. They run it. The jump, the big echo. Wait a minute. He can't come out there. Give me something there. Gas it's all the all dead. Good game. Well fucking all the IG top 4. They got a date with Spirit.
Good luck next here.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Vici, phone and PC. They're gonna toss the torch over. As at least these two teams will continue. IG, pretty, I don't know, pretty dominant. 2-0, honestly. Like, VG had their moments where it felt like they were in the lead and they should have been controlling the game, but it was very brief. It was like flashes of like, oh, VG have got this, but there was always sort of overarching just like theme of IG just looks so good right now.
Yeah, and I think, again, like how solid this performance was, you got to think it's going to give prep and readiness for their series later on today. But for now, let's head on back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Lyrical and Trent. Well, Coach of Vici Gaming did say going into that match that I know my first draft for game 1 was greedy, but this time draft was won by IG and so was the series. It was something maybe we could see coming literally from the start, especially in that last pick that had Vici and Kyle. But why was that?
It's just, you know, look at IG's lineup. Triple core, Midas Doom. You're playing on a clock as Vici. Looked good first Aegis, but after they're repelled on the high ground, it's just tough to ever kind of make a play in this game, especially IG's support duo even scale better.
Yeah, they had so many good moments too with the Morphling Earthshaker combo. It still looked really fearsome in some of those skirmish fights, but when you have a Doom on the enemy team, it's like once the Lincolns is broken and you're doomed, Morphling's job, it's same for Leshrac. So once it gets Refresher, the game just got a lot easier for IG to find those perfect fights.
And if you go a little bit deeper into IG and how their lineup works and activates each other, when it comes to the heroes, Fly, he pops that ulti, he gives vision for the Doom, JT suddenly looks like a god. Why? Because he has all the info that he needs. Also, Emo on that Storm Spirit just follows up. However, I have to say that the game did look a little bit scary for IG, that lane fight. I really think this team is under a lot of pressure, a lot of emotions at the moment. You don't necessarily see a team try to get a fight before your Doom even has a blink. He was on 1900 gold and they're engaging. That's why they lost that first rush. That's why they almost lost the control of the game completely.
Go right ahead. We totally got time.
They're one mistake away from losing after that play. Like, you can't give Morph teams, like, respect their combination line, like they need Aegis to win the game because you're playing against Doom. So how do you prevent getting deleted? Well, have that extra life. But Gaben was even trying to help Vici, giving Fey Grenade to the Shaker. Like, how is it even balanced? Like,